There, this is Art and Such with part 2 of my rainbow loom tutorial for Deanna Troi from Star Trek. In part 1 we got our body together and ready, and now we're going to continue with the head. You can see she has really thick hair, so what I'm going to do is start with my 2 bands going down either direction from the top, like so, and then we're going to add some hair extensions. You can do this as we go, as I am, or you can add the next 2 bands down and then do extensions for all 4 sets. We're going to take a single, wrap it twice around our hook, and place it onto 2 single bands. Replace. You're going to grab these 3 little loops here and put them on the second peg, or the lower peg. It's on our close side. And our other hoops, which are on our hook, go on to the top peg. This gives it a little added thickness. We'll repeat this for the other side. Wrap twice, bring it onto 2 bands. Close it off. We're going to pull these bottom ones loose and put them on the side at the top. And the ones on the hook go right on top. We go down 1 set black on either side, and we'll make 2 more extensions for the sides. These are optional, of course, but I think they add to it. I think it's good. So same thing, a single wrap twice, pulled onto 2 bands. And we place this from our top peg on the side to our second peg on the side. Make sure you're getting all the bands on. 1 more. Single wrapped twice, pulled on to 2 bands. And this goes on the other side, from our first peg on the top to the second peg. So the one right below it. And there we go. We're going to add 1 more set of black on either side and 3 sets of skin tone down the middle, starting at the top and coming down. 1, 2 bands at a time, and 3. You need some hair chains. I'm making 4, so I have 3 ready, and we'll make the other one together. If you want the hair to be thicker, you can have extra chains, and if you want it to be there to be less hair, you can do fewer chains, and you can decide on the length. I myself am taking a single, wrapping it twice on my hook, and pulling this onto 5 single blacks. You're going to take your wrapped band and pull it over the edge of your hook till it's on one of these singles. And we'll repeat, take these loops off, over onto our single. This is the 3rd time we're doing this. 4 and 5. Now you can simply put your chains 2 on one side on the bottom and 2 on the other. What I like to do to give it a little extra volume is to pull the second set of bands loose, just one end, mind you, and we're going to place the ring on top, the chain on top, and put this back onto our loom. So it looks like that. And then the second one will go underneath, right onto that bottom peg. So one is above and one is on. We'll do the same for the other side. Bring it onto that second set of doubles coming down, and place the last one on the 3rd peg from the top. We need to connect our sides to our middle, so where the hair ends at the 3rd peg, we'll bring that in with 2 single skin tones to the center above those other skin tones. The same for the other side. and a single stretched across from our third peg down to our third peg down. You might need to push these down a little bit. This will secure things, hold it together. Before we add our body, we need our eyes. If you are using your bands, you'll just wrap your bands onto your hook and then thread both bands, both eyes onto a skin tone band. If you have small beads, I'll show you what you can do. Make sure your eyes are lined up if you've drawn on them already. We're going to put the dental floss through both bands, through both beads. Pull it through a single skin tone band and bring the dental floss back through the beads, but you're coming back from the opposite direction. If you do have larger beads, as I do here, the most efficient way is to put these on your hook and just pull it on. But for those of you who maybe don't have beads with the larger holes, I'll show you this option. So careful that it doesn't slip off. You get your beads onto your band, and we'll take one end. I'm going to just put this on my hook for now because it is a little bit loose. One side will go to your second peg, and one side will go to the other second peg opposite. Push it down a little bit as you need. Even your eyes out a bit, and we'll pull that center band up and over. Keeps them a little bit apart. We're ready to put our body on. It goes on the fourth peg in the center. So get your hook. All of these loops are going to go right on top. I like to pull this down to the side a little bit so that it's out of the way. Just have to do it very carefully. I'm just going to place it over this peg so that it's kind of out of my way. You can put it on the peg below as well. We need to reach in now under our neck bands and find our top two bands and bring them back to where they came from. So mine are going to the far side. Our next two bands should be going to the opposite side, and the last ones will go up. And I'm just going to keep going up just because you can start on any side as long as we close up the black hair pieces on top of the skin tone when we reach the top. Coming in through the side, it gets a little bit tricky here, not so bad. Oh dear, do I have an extra band there? No, we're good. Okay, we're going to turn this sideways a little bit. Reach under all the bands until you get to the bottom two. And we're going to grab them with our hook and pull them up and over and onto the peg which has the eyes. Once more, go down, only grab the bottom two most bands. You can pull them out to the side if they're a little hard to see. So use your hook or your finger and get them loose until they're in a place that you can access them more easily. Loop it up and get under that extension cap. Push everything else back and just get the bottom two bands. Reach that back to the top. Same for the other side. We have those extensions there, the hair, so we're reaching underneath, right to the bottom, and looping upwards. Right to the bottom, get just the bottom two, and loop them up. And under that last extension piece, bottom two and up. We're going to take a single black and create a securing band here by bringing it through all of the bands on the top peg, taking the bottom one and pulling it over the top one. Carefully remove this from the loom, holding onto that band. She's got such big funny eyes now. I'm gonna make this into the back just because we don't have as many as my front. All right, we'll do what we can. We're going to, well, in this case it would have been better to make the eyes after, I think, but it's okay, we can still work with it. She's just gonna have some kind of funny eyes on this one. I was hoping I would get the eyelids on top, but either way should be fine. We're gonna secure this black band by pulling it through the back and just under some of our other bands to hide it. You can weave it in a little bit. And when you're ready, put a C-clip on there. I like to get it nice and tight under some other bands so that it's out of the way. So I'm pulling it under a skin tone. Let's try this again. If you have any other loose bands that you're finding as you go, you can hook those in and tighten it up as well. It's okay for now. Put it on your C-clip or your S-clip. We're going to make the star, or the combat, just under the skin area. We're going to reach in as high up as you can comfortably go. Put your hook in from the back. Take your gold and pull it back through. Now we're reaching down and diagonally, so we're a little closer to the side. We're going to grab that gold and pull it back through. And we'll put one through the other here, so we only have one band. Come back to that first spot. And we'll take our gold in again. Pull it back. And now we want to come towards the center and grab it down there and pull it through. You can put a C-clip right on that, or you can take another band, pull it through so it's a little bit looser, like so. Create a slip knot, weave this in, and add it to our C-clip. If you want the hair to stay a little closer to the body, you can take a band and wrap it a couple of times on either side. That holds the sides together. If you want the hair to sit in the back and maybe you've made more chain so it's really thick, you can take all of the hair and put a band around all of it. Gives her kind of the ponytail. And another way that you can secure the hair is by taking your hook, grabbing some of the loops from the bottom, pulling one over the other, and attaching this to the back at a place of your choice. And there is our Deanna Troi. I'll hold them both up for you so you can see how it looks with the different eyes. And I thank you for watching. Please check out the rest of my Star Trek series. Let me know who else you'd like to see.